In Texas, our default landscape, the lawn, might be costing us water, wildlife, and a sense of place. So I came to the Texas Native Plant Society Symposium to ask, what should our landscapes look like in Texas instead?
I'm Donald. I'm the owner of Pollinatives here at the Nipsot Fall Symposium. Mainly what we try to do in our business is to make native plants more mainstream. And so we were interviewed by a large trade organization. We were contacted by large-scale growers, people like wanting to add more native plants to their business model. People think native plants look messy or more wild. Roadside, they look nice in the springtime, but then it looks like a bunch of weeds. If you're doing a cultivated yard, they still could use some maintenance, some trimming, even some fertilizing if you want them to really look nice for a long period of time.
My name's Leslie Borum-Stevenson, and I do digital marketing and sales for Native American Seed. And we grow all native wildflowers and grasses for the Texas ecoregions. One of the biggest things that we see all the time is people not doing the beforehand prep. That means removing as much of the existing vegetation as possible first before putting seed down, especially those invasives. And that can be multiple times. It's not just like one and done. Native plants are low maintenance once they're established, but not no maintenance. And so the upfront prep is, I think, really misunderstood, and people kind of think, oh, it's a seed, I can just throw it out. Well, not necessarily. So it's a little more complicated, and the prep and removing the invasive species is so important for the long-term health of the planting and just biodiversity in general.
I'm Carol Clark, and I'm a Monarch Watch Conservation Specialist, and for the Native Plant Society, I run the Bring Back the Monarchs to Texas program. The all-time big one is that native plants are messy. Somebody is saying, oh, I don't like native plants, they're messy. They just haven't been educated quite enough about the different ways that you can use native plants in your landscape.
I'm Laurel Robertson. I'm a citizen scientist, and I've been studying soil microbiology through Elaine Ingham's Soil Food Web School for the past few years. I think that we have what I call an above-ground bias. We think that what matters is what we can see, but half of a plant is invisible to us, is underground. And what's going on down there is real important. I don't think people understand how critical it is to not disturb the soil and to let that community of microbes and plants settle in, get their holding, and interact, and not to mess with it by either physically digging or by pouring chemicals on that affect and throw everything into chaos below ground.
I'm Sean Griffin. I'm the Director of Science and Conservation at the Lady Bird Johnson Wildflower Center. In terms of the misconception, I would say at the Wildflower Center, the main one that we're constantly pushing back on is that if you have a native plant garden, it looks a certain way, very naturalistic. People use the word messy a lot, and we try to show people that you can have formal, beautiful gardens with native plants. It doesn't have to be ornamentals, and in some ways add more interest to your garden by using these plants. At the center, we're also in the process of thinking more about having more formalized gardens to kind of impart that idea to people.
My name's Haley Amy Giambalvo. I'm based out of San Antonio, and I'm the VP of Communications for the Native Plant Society of Texas. Well, I think not a lot of people are even aware of the concept of native versus non-native plants, to know that there are somewhere around 5,000 species of plants that are native to our state of Texas that have been growing here for thousands and thousands of years. And they're super important to our ecosystems because they provide all the food for our native insects and wildlife. They really form the basis of the food web. So just knowing that was something that was kind of new to me when I first started.
I'm real encouraged by how many just what I'd call citizen scientists like myself are getting so interested, involved, just wrapped up in this and are spreading their knowledge, better practices, and how many people are interested for various reasons in native plants now.
It really feels like there's a movement right now. We're getting more and more interest all the time in native plants. People asking how we can restore landscapes at large scales, what they can do, what they can plant.
Native plants create any kind of garden that you can imagine. They can be very structured and neat and organized just like any garden can, or they can be kind of wild and exuberant and all mixed together like other gardens are.
I think we have such a unique moment here with momentum and demand and people that have never thought about native plants before asking the questions.
There's a lot of beautiful native plants that can still serve the same purpose of adding to your garden in a beautiful way, but actually provide a lot of ecological benefits. So I always try to just let people know of what they offer to, especially our pollinators, our butterflies, our moths, our bees, and then our birds as well.
We can't be everywhere. We can't restore every site like we would want to. So getting people where they are in their neighborhoods, in their communities, getting excited and getting their friends excited, that momentum right now is just crazy and awesome. So I'm really excited about that.
The people I spoke with talked about soil, drought, and biodiversity. But really, they were talking about connection, about letting the land be what it already knows how to be. Out here, it's easy to forget that we aren't separate from nature. We are nature. There's no real line between our lives and this landscape, just the illusion of one that we've drawn with fences, lawns, and pavement. What I keep hearing from the people that are doing this work is that it isn't about fighting nature or controlling it or putting it into a box. It's about finding our place within it again. The more we learn to work with the land, the more we realize how much it gives. Water that stays, soil that heals, and life that returns. If you want to start that process at home, I put together a free 7-day mini course called 7 Things I Wish I'd Known Before Starting with Texas Native Plant Landscaping. It'll help you plan for water first, match the right plants to your space, and begin reconnecting your yard to this place we all share, Texas. You can sign up for free at coryames.com/txnative or check the link in the description below. The first lesson lands right away. And finally, if you'd like to go even deeper or help me keep telling stories that reconnect Texans to their place, you can check out my Patreon at patreon.com/CoryAmes, or as well, look for that link in the description below. All right, y'all, until next time.